When you think about places that have truly shaped the modern world, what comes to mind? Well, I'm going to talk about one that might not be the first on your list, but it absolutely should be. The Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge. For 150 years, this one place has been at the bleeding edge of science. And if you're looking for proof, look no further than this number, 30. That's the number of Nobel Prizes linked to researchers from the Cavendish. I mean, just let that sink in. That is an absolutely mind-boggling record, and it tells you everything you need to know about the brain power that has passed through those doors. And the discoveries? Oh, they're legendary. We're talking about the fundamental building blocks of our reality. Finding the electron, which is the bedrock of, all modern electronics. Discovering the neutron, which cracked open the secrets of the atom. And then, and this is a great example of their unique style, figuring out the double helix structure of DNA. So you have to ask, right? How? How does one lab stay so brilliant, so consistently, for so long? What is its secret? Well, as it turns out, this incredible run of success was no accident. It was all by design. To really get the Cavendish, you have to rewind the clock to 1874, back to its beginning. It was born out of a totally radical, new idea of what physics could and should be. See, to understand why the Cavendish was such a game changer, you have to know what things were like before. Physics in Britain was mostly a theoretical game, all chalkboards and equations. There was a real fear the country was getting left behind. But the lab's first director, a genius named James Clerk Maxwell, he had a completely different vision, a purpose-built home where theory and hands-on experiments would finally come together. He pushed this new field, experimental physics. The whole idea was that it wasn't enough to just think about the world. You had to get your hands dirty. You had to build things, measure things, and actually test your ideas. That sounds totally obvious to us now, right? But back then, it was revolutionary, and it became the core identity of the Cavendish. And Maxwell's vision? Oh, it paid off big time. The lab just exploded into this golden age, churning out one discovery after another that literally rewrote our understanding of the universe. You can actually watch the momentum build through the decades. It's like a relay race of genius. It kicks off in 1897 with J.J. Thomson finding the electron. That discovery paves the way for Ernest Rutherford, who comes in and basically invents nuclear physics. Then, one of Rutherford's own guys, James Chadwick, discovers the neutron in 32. It's this incredible chain of innovation that leads right up to 1953, with Crick and Watson's iconic breakthrough with DNA. And we really have to remember, these discoveries weren't just for textbooks. Finding the electron wasn't some abstract idea. It was the essential first step to the phone in your hand, the laptop on your desk, literally every piece of tech we rely on. And you can just feel the excitement at the time. Look at this newspaper headline from 1953. It perfectly sums up how massive the DNA discovery was. Why you are you. It just gets right to the point. And don't forget, this happened in a physics lab. That's the Cavendish culture right there, smashing through the boundaries between different fields. So, this all brings us back to that central question. How did they do it? Well, it wasn't just a string of lucky breaks. It was the result of a very specific environment. A sort of secret formula for success we can call the Cavendish model. So, what's in this recipe? Well, step 1, you need visionary leaders to point the way. Then, you foster this hands-on culture where tinkering and building things is part of the DNA. That naturally leads to collaboration, breaking down the walls between physics, biology, chemistry. But the final ingredient, that's the one people always forget, and it might be the most crucial. You invest in world-class workshop and technicians. And I really want to hammer this point home, because it is so, so important. The ability to dream up and then build one-of-a-kind, cutting-edge equipment right there in-house gave them a huge advantage. The skilled craftspeople in those workshops were, and they still are, the unsung heroes who turned brilliant ideas into real working machines. But here's the thing, this story isn't over. This isn't just a history lesson. The Cavendish is just as obsessed with pioneering tomorrow's physics as it was with defining yesterday's. So just get your head around this continuity for a second. The very same place that first showed us a piece of the atom has now moved into a brand new state-of-the-art building, the Ray Dolby Center, that's been designed from the ground up to solve the biggest scientific puzzles of this century. And the questions they're asking today, just as deep, just as profound as ever. They're working on the whole shebang, the quantum revolution, new energy solutions, the origins of the universe itself. It's that same deep-seated curiosity, now aimed at the toughest problems we face today.
Which really just leaves us with one last massive question. For a century and a half, this one lab has consistently peeled back the layers of reality and, by doing that, has completely changed the world we all live in. After all that, you just have to wonder, what on earth will they discover next?